Hello YouTube. So tonight I'm gonna rank all the Ghostface zodiac signs based on my opinion. And before I get started, this will contain some spoilers. So spoiler alert. Alright. I'm gonna start with Aries. Now I think I think Amber is the only Aries of the franchise. She's very feisty and fiery and even almost like childlike sometimes. So that's why I think Amber is an Aries. As for Taurus, I think Billy Loomis is a Taurus. He's very grounded, and he just seems like a homebody, like just a person that like to chill and watch horror movies. And most Taurus are very grounded, because they're Earth sign, and they're known to be homebodies, most of them. As for Gemini, I think Richie is a Gemini because of how he was able to switch so fast. Like he came out very innocent and then towards the third act, he comes out as a psycho, and that's definitely like a sign of a Gemini that they're gonna be. They're the twins, so they definitely have like a double personality. So that's why I think Richie is a Gemini. And also, they're gonna be very social, especially like on the internet. That's how he met Amber, and he's always on Netflix. Watching his stab movies and other horror movies. As for Cancer, I think Roman is a Cancer because because they're very like family oriented, and he's like a big mama's boy. And when they don't get their the love from their mother, back, you know, or they don't get like love from their family, they tend to go on the dark side because they're very emotional, and like I said, like they're very family oriented. So that's how he got basically corrupted because he didn't get his love from his mother. As for Leo, I think Jill is a Leo because you know they're very they're big attention seekers. They like to be in the spotlight, and she was very envious and jealous of Sydney for having the fame because of because of the events that she's been through. So as for Virgo, I think Nancy Loomis, um, Billy's mother, I think she's a Virgo because she's very calculated and she knows Virgos are known to be very calculated, and she's a very good planner. And I also think Ethan is a Virgo because he comes out like very innocent. Also, he's also a virgin. Like Virgos is a virgin. I also think Ethan wearing Nancy's mask is very ironic because, like I said, like she's a Virgo and he's a Virgo. I think that's pretty ironic. As for Libra, I think Marco, the new Ghostface killer from Scream 7, I think he's a Libra because he's very calm, and like most air signs are very like calm, but mostly Libras are like, I'll say like they're the calmest of the zodiac because they're the scale, they're all about balance, and even towards the end of the final act, when he reveals himself as Ghostface, he doesn't seem as unhinged as compared to all the Ghostfaces in the past. So there you go. That's why I think he's a Libra. As for Scorpio, I think Wayne, Richie's father, I think he's a Scorpio. He's very vengeful, and like all Scorpios, they're also a water sign. So he's shown to he's known to showing like they're showing a lot of emotions, especially when it comes to grief and anger. Because of what happened to Richie. And yeah, as for Sagittarius, I think Stu Macher is a Sagittarius because they're one thing about Sagittarius, they're very enthusiastic. I think he did all that stuff for fun. They're a fire sign, so they like to be stimulated, and they're also not. They're also known to be like big goofballs. Like they're known to be class clowns. Be silly. And I also think Quinn is a Sagittarius as well because they're not known to like commit with one person. They like to be with one partner after another. They're known to be promiscuous, because they have a lot of variety, like you said. You know, Sagittarius are known to be sex positive, and also towards the end of the final act, when she revealed herself, she expressed with such anger. They're very and feistiness. Because they're a fire sign. They're also known to be kind of like um, shown to be very fiery, and also ironic that Stu is her favorite ghost face. So yeah. Also seeing Jessica, you know, the new ghost face in Scream 7. I think she's also Sagittarius because I feel like the real reason why she's doing all this because she's bored and she needs some stimulation. And yeah. I also think that it's ironic that she's also labeled as Stu. As for Capricorn, I would say Jason from Scream 6 is a Capricorn because they're very like they're known to have accomplished anxiety. Like he really feels the need to finish Richie's film, and they're goal oriented when it comes to that. When it comes to making plans or finishing a work, and also they don't take failure very well, which is why he killed his teacher because she gave him a C minus or something like that. Yeah, they don't take failure very well. So yeah, Aquarius, I think Mickey Altieri is an Aquarius because I feel like most Aquarius are very born psychopaths. Like he literally has like no motive, and he's very like calm about it. Because they're I'm sorry, they're an air sign, and air signs are not very like they don't express themselves emotionally. They're more logical, and even though his plans wouldn't work, like I still think it's very like a calculated way to like try to get away from your horrible actions by blaming the movies. It probably could have worked. He probably could have played insanity for that. But yeah, that's why I think he's an Aquarius. As for Pisces, I think what's his name? Charlie is a Pisces because he's very like emotional, and they're also very lovable too. and they're also known to be really, really crazy as well. And yeah, he was one of the craziest ghost faces. Um, but aside from all that, like I feel like he did all that for love. Like I said, like Pisces are very lovable because they're a water sign. You know, and that's pretty much it for all my opinions on the ghost faces and what I think what their sign is. Let me know what you think, and you all have a good night.